So the fate of dealing with retired General Chiwenga seems to have been a well-calculated ploy, according to the letter that was circulated online yesterday by Comrade Kageni Ajanga. You know, that letter is telling, and also individuals like us who wants people to have a clear picture about the political situation in Zimbabwe would actually love people to be clear about what is happening. He articulated methodologies that have been actually put in place in an attempt to deal with Chiwenga. And also that proves that Chiwenga is proving to be a bigger problem for Emerson Tambudzo Nangapo. There are numerous plans that are at play, and at the person tasked with this duty is none other than Owen Muta Ngube, according to a communique that was released by Comrade Kageni Ajanga, the Liberation War hero, in exile on the 4th of August, that is 2026. Greetings and welcome to your lovely channel, the Hlonipani Global News. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. So let me read this in order for you to, I will get to the point of Chris Mutsvanga and others. I will reread it. It's just few paragraphs. It says from the letter of Comrade Kageni Ajanga, it says, I have it on good authority that this operation is led, the operation to eliminate Chiwenga. So it's an operation to eliminate Chiwenga, but that operation, it has methodologies or how it will be implemented. They have actually numerous strategies. If strategy A fails, strategy B will be implemented, C and D. Already, you cannot say this person is lying. I've been talking about Jacob Ngarivume. You know, he was listed as part of the individuals targeted by the regime. And what happened to his home today? They have also directly given him this message to his home, delivered to his home, written on the Jura wall that you will die. You know, that on its own, it cannot be treated as intimidation. Worse with these facts that have been put on the public domain. And this account has been actually warning a lot of military personnel that Nangapo is coming after you. You may think you are safe. You are not safe also. He is coming after you. So listen to what he says. He says, I have it on good authority that this operation is led by Owen Muta, and they hold a detailed assassination menu. So there is an assassination menu for retired General Chiwenga, listing multiple planned methods. There are methodologies. So number one method, Chris Mutsvanga may be safe if this is not applied. They plan to bribe VP Chiwenga's own bodyguards and aides to poison him in secret. This is the first method that they will try to implement to go after his bodyguards. What do bodyguards do? They carry his bags, they're able to manipulate his food, they're able to easily actually poison everything that he's going to eat because the bodyguards are in charge of that. So that is number one methodology that they want, or the menu, the first menu of how they intend, assassination menu of how they intend to execute this. Second one, bribe his bodyguard to place a toxic substance in his room while he sleeps. When he breathes it in, he will pass away in his sleep, and they will claim it was a heart attack or natural causes. So that is the second methodology. Now the third one, that is what includes Chris Mutsvanga. So if these two options, they weigh them and they see that it is not possible to penetrate him through these two options that involves his bodyguards, these people have got another plan, another plot. What is that plot? It is to organize a deliberately faulty aircraft. Organize a deliberately faulty aircraft. If an aircraft with mechanical related problems. How does Chris Mutsvanga and other allies of Mnangagwa that he forced to support him? I would be also qualifying why Mnangagwa would target these fellows. And we've always talked about them. At one point, they appeared to be on the Chiwenga faction. At one point, they are on the Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa faction. And what eventually forced them to appear to be fully aligned with Nangapo faction. Remember, I have said it that there are many people during broad daylight who appear to be in support of constitutional amendment bill number 3 of 2026 during the day, but at night they are not. That is why there is so much leakages. There are numerous leakages warning Chiwenga, warning retired military generals, the plots of Nangapo. Many have foiled. Remember, there was an attempt. Why do they have this menu of numerous also ways of getting rid of Chiwenga? It is because they have been attempting his life. You remember when Knox Chivero made an announcement that the Central Intelligence Organization boss was actually tasked to frame Chiwenga, to frame the wife of Chiwenga, to frame Opet Mpofu. All that did not sail through, and Mnangagwa doesn't know exactly what happened. That is why he fired the Central Intelligence Organization boss, and he has no job at the moment as we are speaking. There are a lot of people that he trusts, but when he asks them to execute the job, they don't. So that's why there is a menu now. They have decided to come up with a menu. And it appears there is a timeline. That is why you would hear the prophets in the system, such as Upet Angel, prophesying, giving specifically the timelines on when they expect to have dealt with the assassination of Chiwenga. Now, when speaking about this, we speak so that it is known. People know. And when people are aware, sometimes an evil person may delay to act because people are now aware. So when this happens, people will say, but we heard it at Panic Global News. When this doesn't happen, we would have worked very hard to save a life. Because it's now a matter of public discussion. It's now a matter of public opinion. So it may be difficult for those asked to execute this task to go ahead and execute it. They know that we've read about it. When you cannot trust Nangapo, if he pushes ahead and this is done, people will say, but he told us, so we know the person who did this. Beyond any reasonable doubt, when the day of reckoning shall surely come, and that person is fit to stand trial, definitely that person can stand trial because there would be prima facie evidence that this was well planned. In demagogues' situation or political environments, sometimes it's quite very difficult and complex to prove some issues, But when you are warned, take them seriously. I will deal with why specifically Mutsvanga may be targeted. Now, on the third aspect that they will try to implement to organize a fault aircraft, arrange official travel around the country to avoid suspicion. So there will be an official travel arranged so that Zimbabweans are not suspicious. And this official travel, Chiwenga would be actually made to be with these following characters. Listen to this. And stage a plane crash. Trusted associates, including Tino Machakaire, Christopher Mutsvanga, and Monica Mutsvanga are marked to be sacrificed in the same incident, make it appear authentic. Why will they do so? I've said that there are many people in ZANU-PF who pretend to be supporting Nangapo, and sometimes some who have been forced to say certain words in an effort for Nangapo to buy in that they are supporting him. And I've said individuals like Chris Mutsvanga cannot be trusted. I doubt he supports Nangapo. At one point, he warned him. He said, if Nangapo extends his term, really he should be warned. He should take notes from Robert Gabriel Mugabe, from what happened to him when he attempted to change the constitution, when he attempted to extend his power beyond what was expected. He warned him. There is a widely circulated clip. Of course, he came back to justify that no, people are trying to set up him against Nangapo and lashing out at retired General Chiwenga. It's a tactic of survival. It is a tactic of survival. If you are not on the side of Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, and he senses that you are not on his side. So that's why was Chris Mutsvanga's child arrested? Do you think it was because purely Nangapo wants to address corruption? If that was the case, why is the case not continuing after the bail? Have you ever heard that the court said and the man is undergoing through trial? It died a natural death. Chris Mutsvanga went to Nangapo, they had a deal, and that case died a natural death. Afterwards, he began to undertake press briefings to support CAP 3, and he never said anything about Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. So, also Tino Machakaire at some point has been chastised for seemingly supporting Chiwenga. Threatened a lot. At one point, I heard that the wife was fuming. The wife was fuming when he made a statement that suggested he was against Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, and it circulated all over social media. He was chastised. He came back because of security reasons. It's a survival strategy. If you are known that you do not approve what Mr. Jones wants, then you may end up in trouble. So these are the people that Mnangagwa knows that they don't genuinely support me. They support me because I forced them to support me. So to be sacrificed. And by the way, Chris Mutsvanga has also presidential ambitions. He has presidential ambitions in ZANU-PF. So just like this other fellow who testified recently that he indeed went to coma for almost, was it 4 days? You know, when we say that story, a lot of people were in denial anyway. I always forgive the people of Zimbabwe. Maybe it's because people have gone through a lot. It's hard to trust people. It's just like me. It will be hard. In fact, I won't even trust a person from ZANU-PF, because a person from ZANU-PF can never be trusted. Look at what Traorés were doing. They were supporting Chiwenga. Now they have jumped. They are supporting Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, drinking a coke, saying Mnangagwa Ndibaba. You know, I don't think there is anyone who will remove Mnangagwa except God. You know, that is typical of ZANU-PF people. These are people who can do anything for survival purposes, who can do anything as a survival mechanism. They cannot genuinely stand for people. They cannot genuinely stand for people. So that is the sole reason why, in fact, Chris Mutsvanga is not trusted. And Mnangagwa would not mind Chris Mutsvanga and Tino Machakaire. Chris Mutsvanga also is a relative of retired General Chiwenga. And also Tino Machakaire comes from the province of retired General Chiwenga. He's an MP in the constituency of the hometown of retired General, of rural home of the retired General Chiwenga. So it's somebody that Nangapo cannot fully trust, just like some of the individuals that I would not love to mention their names because I'm not so sure about that. So this is what is at stake. You support a demagogue, but the demagogue is also plotting to eliminate you. I'm not surprised about this behavior of Nangapo, looking at what he did to Chiwenga and other retired generals who sacrificed and undertook a decision that could have led to their death. And now they are being the targeted ones. You can't trust such a human being. Thank you very much for watching us. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. You can financially support this channel by pressing the join button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally do so by pressing the thanks button and send us stars. Also, take note that on the 11th of August, yours truly, would be releasing his own new gospel extended play, an EP album consisting of 3 songs, a spiritually uplifting album. It will be available on all digital platforms. It can be pre-ordered. And also the visuals would be played on this channel. I'm counting on your support. You can begin by supporting me by following all my channels in all digital platforms. There is also a purely music channel that is Hlonipani Ncube. You just check here also the album Uthando Lwakhe and kindly subscribe on that channel. Ncube Mhlabane is signing off. Let me love and leave you. Let's meet on the other side of the live broadcast.